Let me begin with the today's topic. It is about the field trip and the factory visit. This as a training method is very old. It's nothing new, but its use is has always been there, and it is still very important in the corporate training, especially. And it has come down to the level of school also, and school, colleges, and technical institutes everywhere. People go for educational, they call it educational tour, but our intention should be on the factory visit and field trip to gather some first-hand knowledge and to know what's going on in other factories or other similar areas, and gain some knowledge from there. Interact with the people of suppose I'm working in a factory, I'm a worker, similar type of factory, what the worker is doing in some other factory, and interact with them. It is a very challenging one. It's, I think, very knowledge sharing and sharing of experiences. So factory visit and field trip have very important results in terms of knowledge and experience sharing. So, hello. Mhm. Why field trip and factory visit? What are the reasons why we should go for this? I see. From our practical experience, we know dancing and skating cannot be taught in classroom teaching only. I think everybody will agree to that. That it cannot be taught by classroom only. You need to visit very practical things outside the room or classroom. Books and laboratories, no matter how good, are not enough. Laboratories are there in our institutes or in our factories or in our R&D centers or in our offices, but still they are not enough. We must get around and see for ourselves what's going on in the outside world. Our own organization and factory is well managed, no doubt. Suppose if I'm working there, we know what's going on in our organization, and we always feel proud of that and say our organization is the best. But experience of how others are being managed differently helps us to improve or understand our system. For example, in IT companies, Infosys, Wipro, and TCS, they're all doing the similar job, but their way of doing things, their work culture, their office managements are entirely different. And I think if they visit each other, it will be quite knowledge sharing and quite, I think, knowledge gathering exercise. So that's why we need a field trip and factory visit. Somebody who is working in one factory and goes to see how they are doing, it's a different. Even NTPC, they have lots of power plants all over India. If you visit one plant in UP and go to visit in another plant in MP or Chhattisgarh, you will see the way they manage their shows are different, and one can have some experience or knowledge by seeing what's going on each other's factory. What we have done so far, I think we have done many, teaching or training methods, lecture, demonstration, case study, business games, e-learning, OJT, that is on the job training, program learning, and multimedia. So trainer, all these methodologies, main important thing is a trainer needs to develop the skill for using the right methods in any training program for meeting learning objectives of the trainees. This is the most important things we trainers, have to decide which method I am going to use, or mixture of one or two methods. Say somewhere I go for the lecture, somewhere I go for the demonstration, somewhere I say no, it is not good, we can go for the on the job training, and somewhere I can have a lecture and demonstration together. So that is the skill of the trainer, and successful trainers always look for mixture of good training methodologies to make his or her lecture or training program very successful. So this already we have done. Today we are going to do about the field trip. I said why field trip is required. Now let us begin with what actually the field trip is. It provides the real life situations for first-hand information, knowledge and information. You see, when when you visit food, technology or some factory like just like Dabur. I visited our factory a few years back and I saw how things are going on, from preparation of juice to from preparation of various other items they produce. It was really, eye-opening for me, though I have nothing to do with that type of factory. But those who are in similar type of factory or those who go there, they learn a lot of things similar in other, automobile sector or maybe in some manufacturing sector. They will go and see what's going on inside the factory and how things are managed. So this is real life situations where you gain the knowledge firsthand. It is an educational procedure by which the learners obtain first-hand knowledge by observing process and procedure in their actual setting. See, learning theory in the classroom always has some advantage that we learn the basics, we learn the theoretical explanation, we learn about the machines, about the procedures, about the laws. But when you go to the practical field, we know how those things are being applied. Even those who are studying law, they say attending court proceedings has many, benefits or importance in their teaching learning experience as a legal professional. So they say it is very important to attend the legal proceedings and learn how the things actually taken care of inside the courtroom. So anything which actually gives you good practical experience or the real life knowledge, of course with the background theoretical knowledge, that actually helps you, and that actually we call it a field trip. A field trip is a visit to a place outside the regular classroom or working environment. You are working, as I said, some people are working in a factory. We are habituated, we are from morning to evening we are working there. We know everything, how the tables are placed, how the canteen managed. But once we visit another factory, we see it's a different way of, from the entry gate to the where you keep your belongings, how you take your lunch there, everything, differently they do. That actually gives us a new experience and new knowledge. So that is that environment, if we go and study, that can help us to enhance our knowledge and experience. What are the main objectives? Why we should go for the field trip? We should go for the field trip because first-hand opportunity to the participants to observe and study. So far in our organization or in classroom or theoretical knowledge, we just study through lectures, through observations, etc. But there actually what happens, they they get the opportunity to see what's happening and how they are happening, to provide an understanding of the activities of working procedures or management processes, uh, of an organization. You see how things are managed from very simple way, how the drinking water, how people gather near the drinking water. So is it served on the table or is there some water cooling systems, how the people gather, what is the average distance of the employees to go and drink water, or they collect in a bottle and come here. You see, these are very minute things. How, when they enter the factory, how they park their car or scooter, or how they keep their outside belongings before they, whether there are locker systems. These are very important things to observe in the process or in running of an organization. And as HR or trainer or any other managers, these simple things and mundane things need to be observed. People do things differently, but they certainly do it with a purpose. So if you know the purpose, maybe you can improve your own system. To enable the participants to interact with the real field setting or situation leading to direct learning, Once you go and see what's happening in the field, in the real situation, suppose you visit a power plant, whether it is hydropower plant or a coal-based plant, you need, you see, very important things you see. If you have not visited anywhere, you will see the basic differences in power plant and how they are run and what are the precautions they take, how people work there. These are very important things, and these help us to face the challenges in real life in when we work. What it does, it permits learners to experience sensory impression. Now, sensory impressions means you go see, hear, you maybe you ask some questions there, we'll see in the subsequent slides, and you touch also how things are being done. So this is a very important thing, that it permits the learners to experience. So if you take your trainees there, they may see how things are, working there. Say in Dower factory or in some medicine or pharma factory in Baddi or somewhere, you will see the people, how they are working, how things are getting done, and that's a practical experience for you to learn. Or I think those things we hardly get in classroom or in colleges or in laboratories or in our own office maybe. No, that is also very important. We'll see later on that if our company is planning to diversify into another area, it's better we visit some companies before we start that, and especially the key persons working in the company. It permits behavior acquired in an isolated or unnatural environment. So you see, when I go or you go to a factory or an field trip, you actually acquiring some knowledge and behavior, how things are to be done. And that's actually not the natural environment, because I'm habituated in some factory, I'm habituated in doing the same thing routine from the morning I enter the factory gate or the office. But there in another environment, I found that things are being done in an unnatural way, which is unnatural because which is not similar to what we have been doing. So that's why we know how things are being done, and that actually is acquired behavior for me. Oh yeah, this thing can be done in this way. It helps participants comprehend how things work in similar or different settings. Now, when we work in our own organization, we have a controlled behavior. If this has to be done this way only. But when we visit another thing, then we learn that no, these things can be done in another way. So that maybe then we feel good. Oh, our things are better. So this knowing the things are being worked in a different settings, actually helps us to comprehend our things in a better way. It helps the participants appreciate better the working condition problems within their own organization. Once three, four companies, how they are working in similar manner or similar business or the same field, then we know how, better, or maybe how our things are, our organization is important for our working or for our profession, or which we are proud of. How to organize. Now this is actually for the trainer, for you, for me, or for whoever the corporate trainer is. Now how they should organize this. Suppose your management says you let our workers visit to a factory, similar type of factory, far away place, and you need to organize. Suppose the management says 25 workers are to be taken there, and they should visit for 1 day or 2 day in that place. So now, once the management tells you, now what actually you should do as a trainer? First thing is there should be proper learning objectives and justification for the trip, because the cost is there. And what are the learning of what they are going to learn? A different manufacturing process, or maybe a different machines are there, which they need to observe how they are working, or maybe how the soft loads are being managed, or maybe the maintenance work, whatever it may be. That is up to you to what are the learning objectives, 1, 2, 3 points you should write. And the company, when they ask, then you should be able to justify that yes, our workers will improve their skills and knowledge if they go and visit that factory at some faraway place. So that way is at the beginning of taking the management into confidence. Then the trip should be useful and relevant to the activities of the participants. Now, what participants have been doing in the organization or working there, if that helps them to enhance their skill, maybe their knowledge, or maybe their behavior, that's very important to the participants. Participants may be interested to, volunteer to go with you. It should be organized with prior classroom briefings. So before you take them, it's better you organize a lecture session for one day or maybe for a half day. That is, decision is yours. And brief everything from the learning objectives, maybe some photo of the place. Please gather it before, and some main activities going on in that factory or maybe in that area, etc. All informations and when we will start, etc. And what are the theories behind that? Please explain a little bit of theory and maybe some formula, maybe some drawings and sketches, etc. And then you plan the journey accordingly. Details should be made available to the participants. Participants should have first knowledge about the details about the travel, about the learning objectives, about the some books and notes they have to carry, etc. And how much they are going to learn from there. All these things should be made clear during the classroom session with the participants. That will help them to be collaborative. That will help them to cooperate with you, and that will, I think, enhance their learning, which is the main objective of the trip. How to organize? Next step is, once you have done the in-house work with your staff, then is the next step is in how to organize is permissions. Which organization? Suppose if I want to visit a well in factory in Haridwar or somewhere, Bharat Heavy Electricals, then I should obtain permission from the corporate office or from their what days they will be able to give us time. Maybe we need a maintenance engineer, maybe their operations engineer to be present there to answer questions of our participants, and maybe they whether they can help in arranging stay and accommodation, etc. So permissions need to be, all permissions have to be taken from the visiting organization, and it is their convenience. If they say, no, we are not free on Monday, you come on Thursday, then you have to organize that way. So you need to plan everything. It is not that you just get crash on Monday and bluntly told that there is no such plan to visit factories. So it is better we plan it very seriously before, with written communications and everything planned there. That will help you to solve the very simple problems faced by the participants. Time. When the concerned officers of the visiting organizations are there to explain and give details of the working of the plant or the organization. You see, some plants and organization, they say, okay, you come on Thursday, but your objective, of learning for the participants, the concerned plant manager or maybe maintenance engineer or maybe a new machine operator which your participants wants to see, those people may not be available. So first is you obtain permission for the visit, and also make sure that concerned official for explaining the processes or the new techniques to your employees, to your workers. So that is important. Both things you should make sure before only. Who are the concerned people who will explain the technical details or the working or the managerial process to your visiting workers. Learning. Participants should be encouraged to prepare notes and list of relevant questions for learning during the trip. Now, you should encourage the participants that they should prepare some background notes and also some relevant questions, before they go. When they reach there, also they should prepare some notes, what they observe, what they learn, And those questions, if they can put up with the concerned official, then they can note down the answers also as a part of the learning. That actually helps them to utilize the time properly. A checklist for the how to organize. Number one is the transport. Of course, you need to travel, so naturally you need to arrange for whether you are traveling by bus or you are traveling by train or flight. You need to discuss all these things with your participants, discuss with the budget and with the management, and discuss how many of them are going, how many gents and how many ladies. All these things you need to decide before, and so that you organize the transport and accommodations for them. Necessary permissions, as I said, inside the factory premises, and maybe sometimes during the travel, you need to get permission for, suppose you visit the Bhakra Nangal Dam, you need a lot of permissions before visiting. I visited long time back, we needed security permissions to visit there. So that factory visit has to be, you need to obtain security permission from the concerned officials, appropriate authorities are there, and then only you will be allowed to enter those premises. It is as per the government rules. So necessary permissions are required, not within the factory, within the organization, but also on the way or maybe outside the organization. Those things are very important. You need to think of it. Local arrangements, of course, about the stay, accommodation, food, all these things to be taken care of by you as a trainer. You see, people, I have experience in my life. People forget the training, but they remember the bad food if we provide. So, and they say Mr. Banerjee could not arrange good food during our trip. So, be careful of small things and take care of those important things. And better you provide some good notebooks and pen for them. These don't cost many much, but for taking notes and other things, it helps them. Safety and emergency arrangements, naturally medicines and other things should be kept handy. First, safety methods should be taken care of, and some emergency arrangements if required, you should keep handy. And you should know all these things, where doctors are available in that area, or that plant is having their own medical, doctors. Just like NTPC has their own doctors and medicine, staff, medical staff. So if you visit there, naturally you will get the help of these things there. And list of participants with contact details. Of course, nowadays these are there. Before it was not there. Before only addresses. Now phone number, email ID should be collected, and from the staff only if it is there. It's not difficult to collect. For corporate managers, now these are very important things. Corporate managers, what do you think that the corporate managers should do? Corporate managers should, senior executives should build a better understanding of the site's performance potential. So you see, if I'm working in one factory, I want to establish another factory. It is better I go for, suppose, industrial area, I visit another factory, what's going on there. That is a part of my expansion plan or the management's expansion plan. So that way, actually, what happens? We we actually allow ourselves to know the processes, manufacturing processes in that area, and what are the local facilities available there. So that actually helps me to report to the management in a proper way, so that we can take a decision. It helps to assess a competitor. These things, I don't know, many people may not agree, but it is one way, it is true that if we know how our competitors are working, then we can improve our system. Now, whether competitors will allow us to do that or not, that is a big question. Now, I don't think Infosys will allow TCS employees to visit. I don't know. They will not allow even to go near their campus, and vice versa. The other will not allow there. Similar with Wipro and other things. So this I do not allows, but yes, in some cases in the manufacturing industry, it may be possible. If we visit Maruti workers visit TVS Motors, or maybe Bajaj Motors visit another company. So these are good healthy competition, but I don't know whether in reality they will allow or not. But if it happens, hello, if it happens, then it will be a good field trip, good visit to earn to get some knowledge, and this is one of the positive things. But it is very rare things to happen. But I wish it happens in some practical field. Should we take up some questions, or how many are there? Hello. So yes,
Yes, sir.
Arvindji, question.
Yes, sir. Good evening. This is Arvind here.
Yes, Arvindji, नमस्कार, कैसे हैं आप?
बढ़िया सर, आप बताइए.
बस ये evening time is very exciting for you and for everybody.
Sir, I have
Uh,
actually a question for field visit. Uh, we are actually talking about field visit as a method of learning. But I have continuously heard about, like, from the sales people, sales managers, whenever they visit their clients, they talk it as a field visit. But that is a part of the job and not a part of the learning.
mhm.
So is that field visit different from this field visit we are talking about?
You see, one way, no, it is not the field visit what we are discussing now, because this field visit is well planned. It has some learning objectives, and it's a group of people they visit. Salespeople, what they do, sometimes they of course visit in group. Salespeople generally they don't visit a similar manufacturing plant. Suppose one medicine company's salespeople will not visit another medicine company's manufacturing plant, but yes, they will visit doctors, nursing homes, etc., to sell their products or the medicines. So that way, it is not what we are discussing right now. But for salespeople, visiting any client or anything in the field, it of course is a learning experience, and getting knowledge about the market, if we can say that. It is not in that sense what we are discussing now. It is simply trying to know what's going on in the field, similar type or maybe different type of manufacturing process, what's going on. So it is not that way, Arvindji.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
anybody?
this is Juhi.
Yes, Juhi madam, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, tell me.
So, sir, you mentioned that it helps to assess a competitor, and then we were talking about the limitations that are there. So,
Mhm.
in this, can we consider an external agency? Can we hire some people who are, allowed to
Oh,
visit as
oh,
trainers? And
great, great, great.
yes, sir.
Good thing. Yeah, that's actually happening in the market. I heard
Yes.
some external agencies are hired. Yes, good thing you have observed, madam.
Thank you.
And there, this, the factories, they work through that agency, isn't it? What do you mean to say?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So that actually through the agency they manage, and agencies provide all these things, but learning objectives. If I am the training manager, if I am the training head, then I have to decide on the learning objectives. Then
Yes, sir.
other things they will take care, and I will decide on the number of trainees from my organization going to visit. And few agencies have come up, I heard, and
Yes.
this is a new area. So as a training manager, you should be two things we should learn. That is, we should learn how to engage the agencies, number one, and what are the limitations, how much they can do, because after all it is our employees.
Yes, sir.
And number two is that though we will give to the agencies, we should have first-hand knowledge of that organization and keep track of the how much our employees going to benefit, what facilities they are going to get. Though agents will work out, but I should have, as a training head, I should have first-hand information of all those things in front of me through the agents, what you said, because it
Yes.
is our employees. There is, if I am sending to Haridwar or sending to Makra Dam, naturally my workers are at risk. So I should have all these things in my on my table, and planning and other things I will do, execution and implementation through that agency. Very good. And to all others, please note down this question by madam, and you can think of these as a new idea or a better way of implementing this field trip. And it has been in vogue nowadays. I heard, though I have never worked with any agencies. Thank you, ma'am, for putting that question. Well, should we continue, Arunji? Two questions only, that's good, out of 12. Excuse me, I can take a little bit of water. Yeah,
Yes, sir. We can.
okay, should I continue? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
It helps to communicate the company's performance strategy and current challenges. Now, this we know that what's going on and what's strategy, how what are the problems faced by my companies, etc. And it is a very important things for the corporate managers to know the similar things, what's going on in another company. And these actually helps the managers to gain first-hand knowledge and come back and face similar challenges in his or her company. Plant visits allow managers to share best practices with partner. Now, this best practices is new in thing nowadays. Most of the young managers, I know, they are uh, proud of saying we are following the best practices. Now, some people call it good quality, some people call it quality level, etc. They have also different types of things, level 4, level 5, etc. So best practices, if you compare with the partner or if you see what's going on in another organization, then this helps you to benchmark performance and practices. If we exchange our views on the similar type of work, that actually what happens, I'm sharing my knowledge with somebody else, and someone else's knowledge I am also trying to learn. So this is the one of the important things or as the learning objectives for both sides and managers on both sides. This happens nowadays, even international area also, people visit each other's factory to gain the first-hand knowledge. And that actually, if you cannot understand, by reading 100 pages of books, you can follow and see within maybe half day or one day visit to a plant. There are lots of things to learn by a factory visit or plant visit. If you are a keen observer, if you have some prior learning objectives in your mind, okay, we have to learn all these things, then it helps so that you are going to a dowel factory or a fruit juice and others are medicines are prepared, or you are going to manufacturing company, TVS Motor or Maruti, or say power plant, whatever it may be. Even hospital visit also, you'll see one hospital and another hospital. They have different types of practices they follow. Better we don't talk of the hospitals nowadays. It's a very dangerous place. Let me go to the next slide.
Uh,
Yeah.
so myself, Ritu, just wanted to share with you that now in the COVID environment when the visits are not possible, but then can it be like you gave me an idea, in fact, that in pharma that people used to visit and train. So there are field visits of that kind, but even can we take the people like doctors are there, we want to tell them about the quality and all those manufacturing processes, and we take them virtually to that area to give them a field visit. So can we call that also a field visit, maybe virtually?
You see, virtually or really any anything that actually deals with the production, office management, or maybe software management, which say I'm not familiar with. So if we visit that, then of course that helps me to gather some knowledge.
Yeah.
And of course, doctors visiting, First time when I saw tablets, are being prepared, I was surprised. I was very shocked. Okay, how tablets are falling one by one from the machine, though the machine was not so big, and it was very amazing for me to see. Of course, for the doctors, it may not be, but it is a new process that doctors should know how the manufacturing plant operates. So if that can be organized, it's good. Virtually, I don't know what do you mean. Should you, if we mean that the film of the factory, or maybe a real situation through Zoom, it may be, I don't know. You can organize that, but remember two things: learning objective should be there. What is the learning objective, and the permission from that organization should be
Yeah,
obtained.
that's
And
important.
you should coordinate those things as a training manager or as a training head, and
Mm.
see that your workers or your staff, your employees, your managers are benefited from this. These few things as a training professionals, it is our profession. We should respect this, and we should prove ourselves, that yes, we are here for that,
Right,
isn't
sir.
it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Well, I move on. A plant tour provides an opportunity to observe how work actually gets done. Yeah, unless you go to a factory, you do not know. If you ever visit, we all, cold drinks and others, we drink, but chocolates, there is in Gurgaon one Perfetti chocolate factory. You go there and see, and you'll see that Alphen-Levy tablets, I mean, sorry, chocolates are being prepared there. Now this, very interesting to see how those chocolates we eat or we enjoy, are being manufactured or being prepared. And it is very, very simple thing. Sometimes it may have wrong impression also. As a child, I remember I had the opportunity to see one, in those days, what they call bread, is to be prepared, in some bakery, small bakeries here and there. As a child, I remember I visited, casually I was going and saw that bakery. This is bakery. I just pushed inside and saw, and then after seeing that, about few months I could not eat the bread, because the way they were preparing, that, flour and other things, it was not healthy, it was not hygienic. So that was a bad experience as a child in my life. I faced visit to a factory, you can say, that small bakery. But nowadays everything is modernized. I visited the Perfetti, that Alphen-Levy chocolate factory in Gurgaon, Manesar, I think, and it was very nice place. It helps to assess the competitor. This is very important thing at the top level of management. If they do, some learning may happen unexpected. Yeah, this is another interesting thing. The participants end up picking excellent ideas in a completely different area. So if you visit some place, and see that how things are being done, it may be having your idea on how we can do it, how we can do it, how we can do it in a better way. That actually helps you to get a new idea if you visit a new factory or a new plant. What are the learning points in these factory visits? The first way is to enhance learning is to focus on the practices rather than on numbers. How many machines I saw is not important in a factory, but how they are being operated, how they are being used in manufacturing, how the people are working, those are important things. So the learning is a very important. As a trainer, you should make sure that your workers or your managers or your employees, they go there and they learn those things. Not that, oh yeah, machine was good. It was really very new things, not like ours. And I think we should have similar machines. But they forgot to observe or learn, how those are being run, how those are being maintained, and how the workers are operating, what are the products. Those things actually the things to be observed and learned. So enhance the learning, this is the important thing that trainers should. That's why I said before you ventured into the field trip, you should have a prior classroom session with the people. Well, that will help to specify the learning objectives, and groom them. These are things you need to observe there. You know that how big the building is, or how big the machines are, or how many cars are being parked in front of the factory. That is not the thing we are going to observe. We are going to observe how the production process, how the shop floor management is done, and what are the other procedures or office procedure, including starting from the attendance to the running the machines or assembly lines. So those are the things actually that will help you to the increase or enhance the learning. So that is the first thing we should do. A plan to provide an opportunity to observe how work actually gets done. It helps to assess a complete. Every time I am saying this, because best practices. You see, unless we see some other companies or other organization working in a better way, then we can always think of, oh yeah, then we also will do that way. So that is actually the fundamental things about this factory visit, to get motivated to do the things in a better manner in our own organization. So we always go there and observe how work actually gets done. That is the thing we should visit and see, and that from there we should gather the knowledge and enhance our learning. Some learning may happen unexpected, as I said, and excellent idea. We discussed this. Advantage. What are the advantages? Advantages of number one is that it's far away from the routine job and classroom learning. Suppose you take the executive trainings there, it's a day-to-day running or routine jobs, and if they go and see their new things, learn. So that way it's some sort of, tension-free, stress-free environment. So that actually removes the stress from the employees or the workers. It enriches the classroom learning. If you do it along with the classroom teaching, then helps them to learn actually how the things happen in the actual real settings, real practical area. Field trip is a natural simulation. This word natural simulation we should stress. Natural simulation means actually what we learn, we go and see there the similar things. So that is naturally happening. Naturally, somebody has put the practical things in front of me, what we have learned in the class. So if you go and see a hydro plant, you will see the hydroelectric theory portion is very simple. It's very simple. The river water is collected, and then somehow it is made to pass through some channels, and it goes and creates forces on the wheels. That turning of the wheels or the movement of the wheels actually creates mechanical motion, and then through the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic theory, that actually converts into electricity. It's very simple. School students who learned science, they know it. But to see with your own eyes the same thing happening in front of you, it's really a lifetime opportunity to learn, and that you don't get every day. But if you know the theory and go and see how those water collected, channelized through this, the wheels are turned, and then that electromagnetic induction theory of Faraday's laws, magnets are placed, and electricity generated, how they are collected and passed to the cables and wires. So it is enriches the classroom learning, and it's a very good experience to see. In some cases, a very simple thing to the very complicated things is a very important thing to know how things are working. Field trip is natural simulation. That's why we say it is whatever is actually naturally happening is present in front of me, just like a simulation. It's a real thing actually. It motivates the participants to be more interactive. Now, once you go there, you keep on asking some questions, how that is being done, why it is being done, what are the theory or the concepts behind that working. So it actually is motivating to ask some questions, people present there, and gain some knowledge from there. It's very what to say, important to the inquisitive mind, curiosity. And curiosity, you learn a lot of things. If you get the answers, it enhances your learning. It's very important thing to follow. The participants remember the learning for a long time. This last portion is very important. Now you see here, and maybe touch, and maybe do something. Okay, let me see how things are being done. So that is very important. Suppose a furniture making factory, if you go there, you'll be tempted to do one bit of exercise yourself. So people sometimes become, very interested in doing that. And that's why they remember it for a long time. See, hear, and do. Or even see in front of you something is happening. So these people remember the practical things happening in front of me. And you will also see that things are, people are appreciating that you arrange this visit for the learning of the officers or managers or maybe your employees. What are the disadvantages? Disadvantages is it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money, and it is expensive. That's why, because lots of expenses are there in terms of travel, food. Maybe you need permission from the factory. That factory may some charge you. So this is lots of expenses are there. So it is costly. So if your management approves, then it's very good. You see, one way I suggest this, it takes if you can take the employees away for 2 days, even not 3 days, it no stress busting. It reduces the stress. A good fellow feeling is there, because most of the people working in the same factory, they don't get time to talk what their children are doing, how they are managing all these things. But once they are free from the day-to-day work, they go to a different place, they become friendly to each other. So that's is a very good thing. I'll suggest, most of the factories, they should adhere to this. The trip needs to be planned well. So training managers have to be very careful. If it is not planned well, it will fail. And then from top management to the other management, all will be then, running down your throat why it happened. After you really, uh, fail, then nobody will be come to help you. So all things, fine details should be worked out. It needs a lot of permissions. So I don't know, sometimes permissions are not obtained. Then it is a flop. So you should know how many permissions are there. Just like as I said, if you Bhakranangal Dam is in Punjab, we visited once, and we really visited. Many people there didn't know that there are 3 stages or 2 stages of permissions required. And unfortunately, after first stage visit, they were asked to go out. So it is what permissions are required, you should know before. Safety of the participants at risk. Always, if you travel from your place to different place, safety is always a question mark. So you should take care of that. Minimum risk is there. It is time consuming, of course. You need to plan at least 1 week or maybe 1 month ahead, and 3-4 days employees will be busy. So it is very time consuming. Yes, Pankaj joined recently. What it is not, the field trip is, it's not peer exercise. It is nothing to do with the public lessons. And it is not an excursion. Of course not. Company is paying for that. So it is not an excursion. It is not a tourist visit. It is a very serious thing for learning and for having first-hand knowledge, to observe and to see and do something practical there, see the practical things, and learn something from there. So that is, field trip is not a peer exercise, and it is neither an excursion. Now, what will be the learning after that field trip? Nation setting facilities in developing interdependence when participants work in small groups. So when a group of workers go there, they see a factory, they see the working of a machine, see the working in a soft floor area, or see the total factory, the total factory area. That's a small group or team. They become dependent on each other, and they learn from each other. So that is a good team spirit development exercise, I think, for your employees, for your workers. So interdependence is there because they ask each other what's happening there. Let us go and ask the manager. So this way, some sort of team spirit is developed among the workers. The report writing after field trip is essential. So how the learning will take place after that? So when they come back, you please insist on submitting a report, from each worker, each participants, and this naturally, what are the points to be covered, you should discuss in the pre-visit classroom session, so that they know these are the questions they have to prepare a report and submit to the training head, and that you should evaluate. So essential components, actually the participants should be told, and they have to learn systematically, and report writing, you should help them, and they should submit to the company. Uh, Proper discussions on the report helps in reinforcing the learning. So once you discuss these reports, then it helps in what they actually learned in the field. They come and prepare a report on that. That actually helps them to reinforce the learning from the report writing. So if we go on 6:30, should we take some questions? Hello. Hello. Arunji, should we take some questions? Hello, anybody is having some questions?
Yes, sir. I would just like to, extend what Ritu said in the earlier question. He talked about how can we actually say that the virtual field trips through the internet can be termed as a field trip, and I guess it should actually fall under e-learning rather than field trip, because the basic concept of e-learning is if you are actually going to learn through the broadcast mode
Great.
happening there and is being broadcasted or multicasted for your learning, automatically for
that becomes e-learning. That becomes e-learning of a factory management or organization, etc. process. You see, but madam added one sentence before that question, in this special COVID-19 situation. So in this special situation, it is, partly you can say it is a field visit and virtual visit. It is not, that way, but it is basically e-learning, web-based learning. It is, of course, because everything is coming through the internet to you, and there is no, no manager or no plant operator to answer your questions directly. But of course, as I'm answering your question sitting in my office, that way, if madam organizes some, workers or the managers explaining the working of the factory, machines or the factory office floor, soft floor, then the process can be understood better by the workers or the managers sitting in their office or at their place. So that may be a special situation as we are doing now through Zoom meeting, etc. But yes, in a broader sense, it is e-learning in COVID-19 situation, but that needs a lot of work. I don't know if ma'am will be able to do it because you have to explain the machines working, then you have to put a man there. Then I suppose I'm the trainee. Then I'll ask some questions. Yeah, how do you start the machine and why you start that way? Why not that way? You see how you maintain it, how frequently you put the oil there. So now whoever is standing there, he in e-learning, what happens? E-learning, they explain the processes and that's it. The trainer says, okay, you see the factory I mean, the machine is suppose CNC machines, lathe machines, it is working that way. But here I am going to ask a question. How it is run, how you start, how you operate, whether you give break in between, how many times you put oil, what frequency, what precautions I should take, should I put on gloves? All these things I'll be asking sitting in my office or room or place, whatever it may be. If that can be arranged, I think it should be some sort of virtual trip visit. But still, it is not a full field trip, and it will be difficult for Ritu ma'am to organize all those things. If she can, well, I think we should, clap for her.
So very valid point, sir. In fact, that kind of virtual sensory feel would not definitely come with this kind of situation. But yes, it can be an idea to explore in this current environment where people need to know, but then you can't take them. So it can be even a feel, maybe a lesser feel to have.
Yeah, but you need to do a lot of, groundwork.
A lot of planning could be required. Very well said,
Planning,
sir.
as I said, I have seen in my life, lead machines, CNC machines working are there, there are a lot
Yeah.
of things to be learned in practically, which are not present in the book, which
Yeah.
we learn only when we work there. When we work there, we know what frequency the oil to put. That is a very important thing. Otherwise, the machine will become hot and it will stop or create some trouble.
Right.
And
Right.
so that is the basic things they learn. How much we put to the hands inside, or how much we should not put rather, and whether I should put on gloves or not. So these are important things to be learned from the only the worker, because the wearer knows where the shoe pinches. So these are the practical things to be learned, and actually I'll be sending my workers and managers to learn basically these things. Many times one workers, they lose their hands or fingers. Company lose lakhs of machines also. It may run into crowds, and poor worker lose their fingers. So these are the things to be learned very clearly, and field visit. You as a trainer or your training manager, or you should work with your supervisors, technical supervisors, to know what are the things they should observe.
Yes, a very valid point. So learning objectives are the key before
That's
joining
yes.
any.
These are the things we should very importantly know. Ritu madam, if you can do it, wish you all the best. If you can do it, and I know it is very difficult job. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One more learning I would like to add here, so that I mean, through field trip, I guess the employees, when they go for a field trip or a factory visit, they become more aware and acquainted to the company, what they do, what it does, and I guess somewhere they develop more alignment with the organizational goals and values, because then they realize what we strive for, what our organization is doing, how we are doing,
Oh yeah.
and this is what
Yeah,
we talk
great.
about, the goals and values.
We come back and they, yes, good thing. I mentioned it in some previous slides. When they come back, they feel, yes, our organization is also doing a good job. You see, our organization is also doing a good job for us. So we feel proud of our a kind of fellow feeling is there. And yes, you said correctly that, these things observed and learned, and attitude, behavior also changes, workers and the employees or the managers feel. So yeah, I think this is to be done that way. So that is also a situation we face in our life. If we know, how things are running in another organization, that helps us to know our running of organization also in a better way. That's I think is a good thing to learn, for other things. Yes. Should I continue, or you want to discuss something else? Okay, then I go ahead. You see, field trip, if I can put it in one slide, how you should organize, or what are the things you should keep in mind. First thing is identify organizations and learning objectives. So if I want to visit some organization, that is the first thing I should decide on that, and collect all informations. Learning objectives I decide with sitting with my workers or managers, and those things I have to do it for the training managers. So that is on the top. And then you come to visit preparation. Preparation things, a lot of things I have already discussed, from logistics to food, accommodation, and how much they want to learn. Who will be there to welcome you? Who will be there to answer your questions? And who will be helped to explain the working in that factory or the shop floor? So these are the important things you need to prepare, and including the safety, including the health care facilities, and when they come back, then what are the reports they have to be prepared, all this to be done. Then implementation, then of course you have to actually travel with them, go and visit there, and see what's happening. They don't face any difficulties, everything runs smoothly as per your plan. The plan is yours. You see, once you have decided for the trip, it is your plan, so it is your duty to make it a successful one. And everybody will look at you, so your leadership is in question. So you have to play your leadership role here and implement it properly. Nothing goes wrong, and that is, I told you, a simple mistake will mar everything. So simple mistake you should not allow to happen, and that way you will get more praise from the workers and maybe from the managers also. So implementation is the next step. Next is follow up and feedback. So you then come back and follow up what's going on, what happened, and then how much learning took place, etc. Is there anything to be done further? All these things to be taken care of. Then assessment and evaluation, how much it was successful, what was the cost, and evaluation report, whether this type of organization we should make another visit, or we should look for, if it is not that much good, then whether we should look for another organization, and then prepare a final report and go to the top again learning objectives. So this cycle actually, some of the points I think are important for this field visit or factory visit. You can, if you think, you can break 1 or 2 points and insert 1 or 2 more squared there, and some write some more points. But this, I think, 5 points are the main points in this whole organizing your field trip as a training manager. Okay, any question? Then I will summarize. Hello. Hello, Arunji. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any questions is there? Otherwise, I'm going to summarize.
Ritu ma'am, please ask.
Hello.
Ritu ma'am.
Sir, at the moment,
No. Hello. Well, then no questions. Then I'm going to summarize this. You see, the field trip should be pertinent to need of the learners. That's from the beginning I am saying that it is the learners' needs that actually motivates us to arrange this type of trips. So as a training manager, training head, HM manager, it is my duty to think or to keep in mind that it is the need of the learner which I have been trying to fulfill. It should be as much appropriate as possible to the real situation. So what actually we do, what actually we are doing in our organization, it should be similar type of situations. Real situations should be there. There is not that you see, that is that far away, that building you see, that is actually the factory. It is not that way. It is the real factory, real situation, not Ritu madam what she was telling. Of course, that is in a very difficult situation, COVID-19 situation. While it should be the real factory, real situation, and it is fulfilling the learning objectives of the workers. The participants get first-hand experience, of course, when they go there and see what's happening, and then that actually gives them the first-hand knowledge or experience. They can relate their practical experience with theory. So once they go and do, then as I said, the hydroelectric example, they then they know the theory, but they then relate that with the practical experience. For example, I don't know whether you visited oil spiller. You go to Sirsa in Haryana, you will see lots of oil mills are there. And you will be amazed to see how the oil is being prepared. It's very simple, they thrash it and do it. But once you go there and see, you will see a lot of things that how the things are being, how the mustard seeds are being put, how they are being crushed, and how the oil is collected. It's a very, important thing to learn, that is the practical thing. Proper planning is required. That is the main important thing for the training manager. Learning, will happen only if you plan it properly. Each step should be planned. Field trip requires high coordination ability on part of the trainer. So trainer as a, coordinator of this, including myself and you all, this actually our duty to make it a successful thing. So we should coordinate it properly. Safety of the participants should be taken care of, as I said. No compromise on the safety, no risks should be taken. If there is some risk, they should be told very clearly beforehand. Follow up the field visit through reports and discussions. So all field visits should be followed up with the reports from each candidate, and then finalization of the report by yourself, who actually coordinated this field trip and the field visit. And if you see the book, Devendra Agachia book is there, 271 to 273 pages. You can see only 2-3 pages are there. Rest of the things I took from here and there and collected from my experience. So, but the basic definition, the other things are given in this book, page number 271 to page 273. If there is no question, then I stop here, Arunji. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
If there is no question, then I stop. Hello, any question? Then I'll stop. Yes, madam.
Nothing related to today's session. It was really great and all the things were nicely explained, sir. The only thing is that last time, sir, we had a session and the end of the session, there was some paragraph given by you, the blockchain.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I could not
exercise.
Yeah, so I could not actually relate because I joined this session little late because of internet connection. So what was those two questions that you asked?
I'll tell you one thing. Have you ever read the story of Alexander? कभी तो पढ़े होंगे आप?
Yeah.
Okay. So this blockchain, you read that paragraph exactly that way. It is nothing to do with technology. It is only the process is explained with the minimum of technical words used in that. Our subject was program learning. So program learning, as I explained, you just go through that once again. That is it. It goes from progresses from one frame to another frame.
Yeah.
So one frame I have given example that I think Maslow's laws and motivation.
Yeah.
And another frame that I set 2 questions there, and I told you to write the answers.
Yeah.
Here you have to write 2-3 questions reading this paragraph. So just read it like a story, simple story, and see what are the questions coming to your mind for learning purpose, not for story purpose. For learning purpose, what are the learning points in this paragraph? It is a blockchain technology, the latest technology of record keeping or data mining or data science. It is the latest on the computer. That is the in thing actually they say, but it is worth learning. It's a very simple thing. I consider it as a very simple thing. You may be excited to learn it further. And ask yourself, what are the learning points? Those 2 questions should be asked to the students also. You are a trainer, you are framing the frames, you are framing the lesson plan. So it is, you ask 2 questions, and if they answer correctly, then they go to the frame number 2. Otherwise, again, they read it. That is the technique I taught.
Okay. Fine. Thank you so much for making us connect.
You read it as a story only.
Yes.
Don't read it as a blockchain technology, which is very complicated subject and which is not included in our subject.
Right.
But somehow I am interested in that, so I just put it as a story only, nothing else.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Well, Thank you very much, everybody, for joining.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Arunji,
Yes,
thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank
yes,
you
sir.
for the help.
If anyone want to ask a question, please ask.
Yeah, I'm there now. Evening, I'll close my office and go and have a cup of tea, please. If you want to say something, I'm there available. If you are free, I'm ready to help. If not, you can send an email to this email ID. But I think most of the participants are intelligent enough. They study hard and
Yes, yes, sir.
well,
Okay,
then
sir.
we close it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We close the section.
Thank you for your cooperation, Arunji.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you. Thanks a
okay,
lot, sir.
okay.